everybody. Namaste. It's Sunday afternoon and I'm about to make chili because it's freezing cold here, so I'm all bundled up, and I thought just doing a practice might warm me up. So I'm sharing it, though I was really feeling a bit more vulnerable today, and it's not so sunny, and I've been reflecting and really enjoying the idea of alter egos and archetypes and our subconscious and energy and what's playing out in our lives. But at the same time, all of that psychological reflection can get tiresome. And at some point, after we've put a lot of these karmic ties to bed and done the work and healing and forgiving, we're kind of then in more of a protective state of our newfound divinity, of our newfound strength, because though I've been through a lot recently, I do feel stronger than ever for sort of surviving and not being the victim to it, but understanding the lessons, helping me get through it, and sharing a little bit about it, which is taking a lot of courage. And I don't really know, I know I'm being inspired, and it's all been about opening the throat chakra and sharing your story, and I encourage actually everybody to do this. A lot of people actually close to me I've encouraged, and the spirit that has been inspiring me has also been trying to get me to encourage others to speak their truth. And so it's become the message of finding your truth, using the method of the Dr. Bali that I study and teach, really getting down to the core truth. I try to choose songs that have meaning and pertinence along the way, and that just do come to me also. As everything, when you're going with the flow of spirit in life, synchronicities happen, everything happens for a reason. So when songs and symbols occur, we listen, we pay attention. This is part of the whole reflection. That does eventually get tiring. So though it does build courage and strength, it can be tiring. And today it's Sunday, a day of rest. And I was asked to go in to do a massage for a couple hours late last night, and I agreed. And though something was telling me not to agree because I really didn't want to do it anymore, I agreed under, I guess, a certain amount of pressure. So as I'm doing these videos, I'm also learning myself, right? So I'm trying to have courage and confidence and boundaries lately. So, and listening to my intuition. So when I had that feeling that actually I really didn't want to do it, the thing is that I could use the money. So I agreed, knowing deep down inside that probably this morning I was going to wake up and change my mind. Because I do that, and as an Aries who's now free-spirited and a little bit more confident and courageous, I wrote to my boss that I wasn't going to go in today after all. And I thought, actually miscommunication, but I thought that he was just offering me the hours. And then turns out that it was a huge deal. And then super guilt-tripping and all this pressure and really mean texts back and forth. And I was like, okay, so this is a sign from the universe that I just can't keep doing this job because there's just so much negativity coming out of that. And so now it's a question of getting paid for the work that I've done, and it's just always disappointing when disappointments occur. But again, I sort of knew it was going to happen. Il est très français, and I don't think he's going to be watching these videos, but we worked it out because now I'm an adult and I have the courage to say I'm not arguing through texts. And I'm stating my boundaries. So if I learned anything about boundaries through the job at the massage studio, which is what it was all about, it ended up playing out with my boss, who wasn't really my boss, but when I had to state, listen, again, I'm 47 years old. I'm going to be in April, so I'm already rounding out. And you can't just talk to me like that or threaten me or bully me. And then when he retorts to, I'm not bullying or, okay, then it's got to end because you can't just go back and forth, right? So this is my point exactly, coming to terms with, I needed to put that to rest anyway. And the alter ego, which was emboldening me, of Marianne, and relaxation and massage and all of that was fun at the time. It helped at the time. But again, unfortunately, with men, you just never know. And for my own personal safety, we're going to stop. We're going to chill. We're going to take a little step back. Also with the videos, and I'm just asking for peace. And I'm going to continue with my Thai yoga massage, as that is part of my spiritual journey. Coming back to spirit now completely. Coming back to my truth now completely, putting Marianne to bed, to rest, R.I.P. Marianne, in the House of the Rising Sun. Maybe I'll rewatch that video I did in the summer when I did the song of the House of the Rising Sun. It was all about being real. Because I had to relearn that lesson a couple times, but now it's learnt. We're getting to the core of ourselves, we're being real. We're having the courage to really do it too, stating our boundaries. And all of this is even more empowering than anything. And so I had Gord Downie in my head all day because of this idea of courage. I had the song in my head. And then, sorry, the cat's trying again to just find his spot. He's decided his spot is right here next to where I put the camera. So Magic, it's okay, you can go there. Just chill. His purr is so loud, it's so nice. I'll just show you him. There he is. Okay, so anyway, this is getting long. It's all about courage, having the courage to stand up to the bullies, putting the alter egos to rest, and really being ourselves. And that's all part of self-love and self-care, because once you actually love yourself and know your value, you don't put up with stuff like that. Which is what my past video was about, Don't Steal My Sunshine, when we're just having to be more careful with our energy. Okay, so we're going to do a practice because I had Gord Downie in my head and this song, Courage, in my head all day, and then I just found out through Sifu that it's Gord Downie's birthday today. And it's his, birthday up in heaven. So I have a friend who is good friends with him. And I'm not sure if he watches my videos, but I think he's an angel that watches out for a lot of us. And I have a lot of friends in Toronto, and I'm not sure how Torontonians are doing these days, but I hope things are going well. And I know that in Toronto there's actually a lot of drinking. Everyone works hard and then they drink. So if hopefully still inspiring everyone to take a little break off all of the drinking, get clarity, get down to your truth. And that's how we find our happiness and our courage to really be ourselves. So shout out to those friends. And all of our love for Gord Downie and the Tragically Hip. Everybody knows how much we love him. We all love him equally, I think. So this is for him, and thanking him for being an angel up there with the rest of my angels and the ones that watch out for us and really keep us protected, because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to keep doing that job, and somehow we just get the strength from these angels to really follow our own truth once we open up to them. And again, sorry to talk about the alcohol, but I really do think that the alcohol blocks that connection to your truth and to your access to the greater truth and the spirits around us. So as we cut that out, we really do gain the rooted, grounded strength to really be ourselves. And again, I feel like disappearing and resting and relaxing now, in just having found my truth and my strength, and ending all of these videos in the strength and confidence and courage. Thanking all of my friends and all of these souls that have affected me and taught me and helped me grow. a new thing about this next level, though, I think is about not having to prove where you're at. And so I don't need to be talking so much. I need everybody to gain their own courage. And I need to start living my life. So we're going to start to actually be more present in our everyday environment. And I love Montreal, and I don't want to hate that Montreal is so COVID full. I've had it a couple times now, so I'm immune, I think. And I want to just have the confidence to just enjoy Montreal as it opens up again. So maybe I'll get a job in a gym, or I'll start teaching yoga in person. And I'll keep you posted a little bit on that. Maybe a little bit of coaching, case by case. Definitely the Thai massage, case by case. So I'm going to rebuild my massage page into more of a coaching and inspirational page, and leave it at that. And then my private me will just be a little bit more private. And thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this whole big journey towards sobriety and clarity, and having been lost and now I'm found, and feeling really stronger now. And the courage actually came at the right time. It didn't come at the end, because I was guided by someone who committed suicide, and his courage, to me, that's just the bravest thing, actually. I just can't even imagine how much bravery it would take, but I don't think they're in the right headspace when that happens, so it's not like it's true courage, but I think he's happier now, and if we could all open up to him, he could be present in a different way. And that's also what I always wanted to teach people, is to be open to energy beyond the body, because in death, I've always wanted to work in hospices to help people with that transition, because again, that is the biggest transition. After I've faced my own fear of death, I'd really like to help others face theirs, because it's just a transition. These bodies hold our spirits, but they're not our spirit, so we don't need these. Our spirits carry on, and I wish that people could understand that, so that we could claim the connection beyond the bodily 3D-ness. We can connect with people at long distances energetically. We can feel that, we can. And if we work on the energy and become more aware of it and more in tune with it and our different senses and how we read it, it's really an amazing thing, and that's the true magic. It really does exist. Energy is everything. Studying quantum physics a little bit really explains this. Dr. Raleigh, who invented this method that I've been teaching, really loved quantum physics and found it went very well with Vedic philosophy, because at the core root of everything, the whole universe exists. So at the end of the practice, when we really feel balanced in the theta state and we go into relaxation, the true relaxation response, and we come down to our very truth, our very, very core, who we really are, with no facade or ego or role-playing or archetypes or alter egos going on, but who we really are at our core, simply us, is how we burst through to the whole universe, and we realize we're actually one with the whole universe, and that's the ultimate in enlightenment. And how we realize that our cells separate, but our energy contains, and we can actually have connection beyond the veil. So happy birthday, Gord. This one's for you in exchange for getting me out of that job. Hopefully I can go get my pay for it tomorrow, and I have it on record now that I refuse to be bullied, and I do get to get paid for that, right? Because I had the courage to actually write back and say, you can't treat me like this. And through these videos, I think I've sort of stated that. I refuse now. I have the courage. I have the lion's heart to really believe and know my value, and that's all I was ever asking anybody for, is that respect. To really believe me when I say I have psychic abilities and I know what's going on, and it's okay, I forgive. But I won't be abused. I have spirit at my back. And I'll just end it at that. Happy birthday, Gord Downie. It's been really hard for me to admit these things because people think I'm weird, but I'm admitting it far and wide as I take a little bit of a rest and step back. Thank you for listening. These things do exist. We do find connection and faith at the end of really delving into our healing and our yoga journey. Thank you for watching mine and believing in me. And I hope that you can all start believing in yourselves as you get on the journey and we all come to the freedom of being our true selves with the courage to be our true selves. So let's do a practice. I think we're already 15 minutes in. We'll end this quickly. 11 late. So help me warm up. Then I'm going to make some chili. This is self-care. I invite you to try it. Smell it, adults. Turn it up a bit. Familiar. doing that. I think he was so courageous at that last tour that he did at the end of his life, the brain tumor. I was just thinking, I had an uncle die of a brain tumor, and he was sort of on my mind earlier. And at the end, they sort of lose a sense of reality, depending on where the tumor is in their brain. But Gord, through every concert that he did on that tour, the ending, he seemed exhausted by the end of the concert. We're all just waiting for him to not pass out or die on stage. And he handled it with so much courage. Imagine standing up there in front of everybody and having to sing all those songs and feel all those feelings and know you're going to die. God, can't we all be inspired by him today? And all the souls that I know that passed over and how they faced their death so courageously. So let's not fear death, it's just a transition, as is everything else, as is all of this life is a platform for our learning experiences. May we all have the courage to actually go through them. Some say that we sign up for these, that we've designed, our soul has designed our lessons before birth. We're not ever given more than we can handle. So just know that you can always handle everything. And destinies change depending on our soul's calling. And I was given really this harsh moral decision recently. And I had to face a lot of my inner truths, and I'm sorry if I hurt people in the process. Having to draw my own boundaries, and really having to refuse to bow down to the pressure against it, it broke my heart too. And we can want things to turn out differently, but we have to face the reality of the situation. And not try to overly control it or change it, because that's too exhausting and it won't work. There is a divine plan and we have to surrender to it. We just do. I know that by now. I'm hiding the candle when really I need the candle. We all need to find our strength, our inner strength. And if we have to do the work, do the yoga, do the meditation to find your inner strength, because we really cannot rely on any outside force for it. It hasn't been easy for me, but I've had no choice but to gain my own strength, and now I have it, and I have spirit backing me up, and I know that 100%. And so I've been making videos about it to share my experience, because it's actually a beautiful, wonderful thing. How lost I was when I was drinking alcohol as a coping mechanism, to know how strong I am in my sense of self and my truth. And now my values and my morals. Trying to stay in the higher vibrations, in the higher self, not in the lower self. We're always raising levels, and we don't have to prove it. We just have to live it. Actions speak louder than words anyway. So again, happy birthday to Gord Downie, and my love to all my friends that love him. I hope we all try sobriety just for even fun and see the clarity it brings, and perhaps connection to a greater world, definitely to our inner truth and the universe within us. It's a magical thing. That's the magic I talk about. And the signs and the synchronicities and being connected, truly connected to source and spirit. It's real. And it matters. And today, spirit had my back, and I got out of that job. And I'll find something better and more stable. I just know it. Anyway, I'm holding this candle and it's hot. Love and light to everybody. Thanks for following my journey and for listening, and now for supporting me in my peace. And I'm wishing you all the same, to be courage, to live courageously and be the courage, the true self that you have within you. Be the lion and never back down on who you truly are. Get healthy and happy, and you'll feel good, and things will come easier. Okay, namaste, love and light. Peace out.